What's up, music fans of the internet? I'm Kevin,
I'm Derek.
and together we are last week's album, where we're bringing you two opinions on the best new music. And in this episode, we're talking about the album Sound and Color by Alabama Shakes and exploring the question, can you shake up old sounds, new sound, and your own sound all at the same time? But before we get into all that, we'll kick things off like we always do, drinking a beer. Cheers, Derek, and everyone at home.
Cheers, Kevin, everyone at home.
And I'll start with a little background on Alabama Shakes in case you haven't heard of them. They are a southern soul rock quartet based in Athens, Alabama, made up of guitarist Heath Fogg, bassist Zach Cockrell, drummer Steve Johnson, and vocalist guitarist Brittany Howard. Their debut album, 2012's Boys and Girls, featured the breakout hit Hold On, and won them 3 Grammy nominations and got them to play on Saturday Night Live and a little place called the White House. So pretty highly acclaimed debut album, and this is their second studio album. It was co-produced by the band themselves and Blake Mills, and they really took their time. It took them 3 years to make it, and they spent a lot of time in the studio exploring new sounds. So let's talk about what it sounds like. Derek, what do you think?
Kevin, I think Sound and Color sounds like Alabama Shakes grow up into the Southeastern Tremors.
Nice. A little J. Roddy reference for you there. I'm going to say this sounds like Marvin Gaye and the Bee Gees and the Black Keys and Prince all rolled into one sort of, I don't know, burrito.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, right? Who doesn't want to eat that? Let's talk about some key tracks. I'm going to go with number 3, which is called Dunes. What about you, Derek?
I'm going with track 5, Gimme All Your Love.
Okay. Well, then I will kick us off, given that Dunes comes number 3 on the album. It starts with this really chill 60s soul intro. Some crunchy guitars allude to this distant, ominous future. And then as Brittany sings I'm Losing It, the song alludes to this soon-to-come sort of fallout. There's some Disney-esque woodwinds and strings at the end of the fray during the second verse. And then some more ominous, like psych prog, little segue there. There's a bleeding guitar line that wanes through, and it's back to the sort of chorus. And around 3 minutes, the song just spirals out of control. And this time, as she sings I'm Losing It, the song slowly spirals out of control, sort of in all the right ways, with sludgy guitar, dirty bass, plinking out-of-tune piano, dark, plodding drums, and ultimately nets out sounding something like Nina Simone jamming with Led Zeppelin, and to me just encapsulates the new Alabama Shakes sound that these guys are bringing to the table with this second album. So what about your key track, Derek?
Give Me All Your Love, I think, is really focused on these two contrasting guitar parts. At first, they really kind of interplay together. One being this very kind of clean electric guitar sound, playing this bouncy, soft R&B sound, and this just tense, buzzsaw, crunchy guitar, which is often joined by just terse snare drums. They play together in the intro, but then the verse features only the clean electric guitar, a barely there bass, snare, cymbal beat, warm cascading keys, and then at the chorus, this buzzsaw guitar takes over, haunting organs, tense snare again. Organs kind of enter towards the end, and this really transitions into an extended instrumental starting at the 2:15 mark. That really sets the stage for this strong guitar solo around the 3:10 mark, although all kind of bouncing between these two different sounds, which I thought was really the strength behind the song here. Lyrically, she kind of discusses just the highs and lows of life and wanting someone to give her all their love. So overall, just a really solid song musically, I thought. And again, I think to your point, this one also kind of helps to define their new sound, if you will.
Yeah, I will agree. An amazing track. I initially wanted it for my key track, but Derek called it first.
No.
So definitely check out Gimme All Your Love. Really, really great song. And that brings us to best lyrics. Derek, what do you got?
I'm taking one from a song called Shoegaze, which I also think is brilliant to have a track title named after, or, you know, also with the same name of a genre. But here she says, let's all make memories, precious and temporary, of all the people I meet. I want to take it all with me. I just really enjoyed the vibe behind it. You know, it's very inclusive, if you will, and I really just like the rhyme scheme there with memories, precious and temporary. Just really dug that, so it stood out to me for a number of reasons.
Nice. I'm going to go with a line from Miss You, where Brittany says, maybe the stars aligned, or maybe I've just changed my mind. I really love the flippancy of it and the sort of polar opposites of this divine providence against just a really simple decision. And overall, I think it speaks to the larger album. There's a lot going on here, and it's hard to say if it was all meant to be or if it's a culmination of a million different choices they made making this album. So that brings us to overall rating and the big question: can you shake up old sounds, new sounds, and your own sounds all at the same time? Derek, putting you on the spot, what do you think?
To the big question, yes. And when you were asking it earlier, right before we were drinking beer, I was like, beer is one thing you don't want to shake up. You know, old, new, your sound, whatever. And secondly, when you said they played a little place called the White House, I wonder if there's like a really seedy bar somewhere in DC called the White House. If not, there should be. I really think this album is one of those ones that has something for everyone. So I think just, you know, a lot of the sounds they do, rock, rockabilly, alt, country, I mean, all over the place. I think there's something for everyone. You know, they said they took their time with this record, and it definitely shows. I really dug what they're doing. I really couldn't find anything bad to say about it, so I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5.
Nice, nice. Going big. And I'll respond with my thoughts. To answer the question, can you shake up? Well, I'll answer that later, actually. Rating-wise, I'm agreeing with Derek and going 5 out of 5. I thought their debut, honestly, was a little too gentle and safe and composed for me. I didn't get all the hype around this band, but this album is amazing progress. Way more so than before. I think the musicians hold their own next to Britney's powerhouse vocals. The album itself is muscular and liquid and classic and avant-garde all at the same time. No track feels the same, but they all feel like the same band. And I think it takes a lot of guts for a band, especially their second album, after their first album was so successful, to take such a big, ambitious departure or progression from their original sound. I think that takes guts, and they really go for broke and prove themselves. So, and yeah, can you shake up old sounds, new sounds, and your sound all at the same time? This album is proof of yes, yes, and yes. So there you have it, guys. 5 out of 5 from both Derek and myself makes it 10 out of 10 if you put all that together. And definitely check out Sound and Color by Alabama Shakes. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear it. And yeah, we are last week's album, bringing you 2 opinions on the best new music. As always, I'm Kevin.
I'm Derek.
And don't forget to subscribe to us here at Last Week's Album. See you next time, guys. Cheers.